What's up guys, Anfield here. Welcome back to a new video. So a few days ago I uploaded a stream highlight and it was basically some tryhard games in the Super Conquer I played because it was late at night and so I didn't have the mic and the cam off, and so chat asked me if I minded doing some sort of tryhard games. So I was like, okay, sure. So I played the Super Conquer for like 4 or so battles before I went to bed. It was like really early in the morning. Yay, sleep schedule. But anyways, I uploaded that, and I guess I decided that there was some interesting battles that happened while I was tryharding that I thought would be interesting to actually dissect. Specifically because I obviously talk about positioning a lot as one of the most important skill sets you can have in this game, and these particular battles, there was a few of them that were like really good examples of this, and so I want to look at them and break them down in a sort of replay analysis so you guys get a better feeling for these battles and why I made the decisions I did. And I also want to communicate that to you because there are some, well, they were 45%ers, but there are people that during these battles were like super upset at me. So this one specifically, you'll see it in chat. A guy that really doesn't understand positioning at all. And so that's why I'm going to sort of break down this replay for you guys so you understand why my decisions were the way that they were and what led up to them. Now, a lot of people watching this video, I'm sure, will understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I want to talk more about the causality and what actually precedes my decision to sort of position myself, why I end up positioning myself. So we're going to talk about that. And yeah, let's get started. So this is Karelia, obviously, and it's a really good matchmaker because there's no artillery, which when there's no artillery in Karelia, you can sort of go down here, especially with tanks with good gun depression, and bully everything. In order to be able to do that though, you need to take control of this hilly area here, because otherwise you get shot down here, as mediums like to sit over here and they sort of shoot you down while you're down this rock. Now if you do have control over this area, you're perfectly fine to go around here and farm non-stop. So that's my initial plan. That's what I want to do. I ping that for my mediums, let them know that that's where I want them to go, and I head over to the direction that I want to go. This is the flank I want to be at. But as you can see here, other than this T-34 and VK and T-10, this is the only thing that's coming over here. So I noticed that immediately and think, well, if I go over there, it's suicide. Now the T-34 is asking for help. He should have done the same thing as me. So should these guys, right? So if you look at this point of the battle, right, our entire team is going over here, right? So let's say I go over here. I've got a T-10 for backup and 2 tier 8s, right? Even if they send a mediocre force over there, we're going to get overwhelmed and we're going to die. So at this point, I know it's suicide. What's the point of throwing my full HP tier 10 super heavy in a tier 8 matchup and kill it by overwhelming numbers? I can be surrounded by a bunch of tier 8s and die. So at this point, the T-34 decides that he's going to call me a shitlord because he's really upset that I'm leaving that flank. But there's no point to me. At this point, I'm looking at this. I'm like, this SDRV's in a really weird position. 268's camp in the base. Of course, he's deciding to talk about me when I'm the one that wanted to go over there. But whatever. He's singling me out because I turned around, I guess. But I figure at this point, I don't want to die, and I'm going to help these guys push the north. If there's a significant force over here, I will help them break it down, and we can win. So that's why I'm going over there. There's already a bulldog up there. And I ping that area to tell them to hold position because they need to be defensive. Now you can see at this point there's a lot of tanks lit over here. So this is like critical information. You can see how much of a force they have over here. E50, M113, M13, T30, Lorraine, and a bulldog already lit, which is a large force. The Type 4 Heavy is probably there too, and T95 may well be there as well as the E4 also. It's unusual for them to be up there. That indicates to me that this is a huge force down there. So had I gone over there, I would have died. So I'm over here. You can see me asking him. I'm trying to like encourage him to think about it for a second. Wait, should he go over to an unmanned flank? Probably not. Anyways, so I'm moving over here, and as I'm going over here, because I'm noticing how large this force is and the fact that this guy is like half HP and there's nothing else lit other than this AMX CDA and the Batshot AP. We have a decent force here. I'm a little concerned about these TDs not pushing maybe, but other than that, we should win this flank. 2 T-54s are more than a match for that. So at this point, I'm turning around, and the reason I'm deciding to turn around is because of the fact that I know these guys will come up here and they'll have to defend the base. If I push over here, I'm too slow to get back, and they'll end up controlling this position, which will mean I won't be able to turn around because obviously I'm way too slow. And so I'm moving up here. I'm going to try and defend the best I can. I know that these guys will be dead soon. I'm hoping that these guys push this out. And these guys really need to move. Like, the M48 pattern is not really being entirely useful. I'm not entirely sure why he's in the position he's in. He should be around here winning this flank, but I can only focus on myself for right now. Anyway, so... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying this as, like, actually during the replay sort of thing. You can see this T-34 isn't exactly very happy with me, saying that I'm causing the loss. But, you know, again, 45%er doesn't exactly have a great tactical knowledge. You can see that we're winning the north, so I just need to hold this and defend this. So that's my plan. I need to hold long enough so that these guys can either cap or come swing around and kill these guys or do whatever they're going to do. So we're going to go into first person, guess, now. And you can see I missed there in the T-30, or T-110E4. I didn't get a damaging shot, which is disappointing. But I'm going to go for this T-30 next. I have really good DPM. Have absolutely no idea what happened to that shot. You'll see me like sort of angrily move the camera. That's how I show that I'm upset when I'm not using the mic and the cam. You know, because I can't yell expletives. So instead I just like shake the camera angrily. So I'm looking around to see if that guy gets lit at all by the SCRV, but it doesn't look like it. I'm deciding here they're going to move up. I'm a little concerned about the Bulldog, but I know that I can probably get to behind this little rock and be mostly safe from him if I don't back up too much. I'm going to try and shoot them as they try to climb up here, because that's obviously what they're going to do. However, Lorraine has already made an advanced position, so I'm ready to shoot him. And he decides that he's going to just keep going, which I thought was really unusual, that he was like thinking he could get away with that position. I guess because he didn't think I was up here and there wouldn't be people in the base to defend. So you can see at this point the battle isn't going particularly well. We lost the T-10 because obviously he was in a position that you would never be able to hold without the majority of our force, which was up here. Our 268 decided to move up here. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't stay in the base, considering that's what he was doing initially. We lost the T-54 and these guys aren't exactly great pushing for us. So I'm a little bit concerned, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Trying to get some damage on the 113 because that's the biggest threat to me. This M103 should go down. I know that because there's TDs camping behind there at D2, D3. And if you guys have ever played Assault on this map, you'll know that you can't do that kind of play if you're lit, because obviously you're going to get torn apart by TDs camping the base. So I knew that. I didn't have to worry about the M103. 113 is unsure exactly how he's going to play his tank over here and is getting farmed. The T-54 has now joined in, calling me an idiot. Which, you know, is great because it hurts my feelings and stuff. I don't know. You just have to laugh, I guess, at some of these people. I mean, they really don't have an idea what's going on. So, whatever. You do what you have to do, basically. So, at this point, everything's going okay. The 113 said, the M103 said, so I'm pretty confident at this point. There's no artillery to dig me out here. So, I know that I can hold this position. I'm just trying to miss horribly here on this T-26, but other than that, everything's going okay. I'm going to look for some shots on these tank destroyers. I got a shot into the T-30. T-95 has been lit. He was over there just taking his sweet time because that is not a fast tank. There's me twisting the camera because I'm upset. I was right about to kill that T-30 and the E4 broke my gun. So you can see I've done a decent amount of damage from defending the base. Got quite a bit of assisted thanks to the M103 suicide. So I'm going to look for the T-30 kill here to get rid of this guy. And down he goes. So at this point we pretty much won the battle. The only thing left is our E4 and the E-50M as a threat. So we do have the sort of demanding position here. E-50M is camping on the hill, so I know that because he just shot me. So I'm just going to get unlit for a little bit, and then I'm going to go deal with this T-95. Once I'm in a position I know I can kill this T-95. This T-54 is still whining. I don't know what the M48 is going to say, honestly. I don't really remember. So this is the point where I'm probably going to die, and I accept that I'm going to die, probably. I go for the track, but he has a repair, obviously. So I just do like a little bit last minute of wiggling. And unfortunately, I get around him, which was very, very lucky. So now that I've tracked him again, he doesn't have another repair kit, although he did repair that quickly. And I'm just going to try and farm him from the side. I'm going to use this 113 now. I'm going to push his body. And the reason I'm doing that is to try and avoid being shot from the hill, which is obviously the last thing I want, is to be farmed from the hill. But unfortunately, when my turret was turned, the E-50M did land a shot. It's a pretty accurate gun. Still kind of a lucky shot, but you know, it's not entirely unusual, and I was prepared for that. So that's why I move my turret back every time that I shoot the T-95. So now I'm attempting just to get unlit, and I'm going to try and make a break for it to get down. E50M fired at me, so I'm going to go between his reload and hope that I can make it down here. And then I can begin to move a little bit further up. So far the battle has gone, like, really well for me. I didn't expect to survive. I just wanted to hold for as long as possible. But fortunately, due to some misplays from the enemy team and me being in a good position with the right type of tank to do it, I was able to farm these guys. So really, when you put the Super Conqueror in this kind of position, due to the turret being so good and obviously the depression and the DPM, you really can do a lot of damage with the Super Conqueror in a short amount of time while also being quite tanky. Kappa. So 113, or sorry, 113. IS-3, I wasn't able to pen there. It was a little bit of a snap, but still kind of disappointing. So just getting as much damage on the IS-3 as I can, while hopefully he doesn't hit me. Again, you can see the accuracy of the Super Conqueror there coming into play. So the IS-3 is now backed behind a hull, a wreckage of a, I think it's the VK. I can't shoot him anymore, but he also can't really spot me, so I'm going to take this opportunity to move up. So, yeah, I'm going to move up and try to kill this IS-3 at this point. The other thing that really concerns me is the E50M, but I'm confident that we're not going to lose, although the biggest concern for me right now is the tank destroyers being very, very passive. And TDs are usually very passive players, which is a shame. But fortunately, this E50M gets lit, and he's still camping in the hill. So I'm like, well, I can clear this IS-3 out, no problem, I think. Play on these hills a little bit. This IS-3 gets baited out, and just sort of rushes his shot. Once he's rushed his shot, I can go in on him. To be honest with you, I made a little bit of a misplay. I should have gone for a track, but because he rushed his shot, it was fine. E50M goes down to the 268. Who's able to snipe him from there. Now, if the E50M had decided to move and not camp on the hill, those TDs would have not had any shots. But fortunately for me, the E50M decided to stay on the hill and not come and clear me out. If he'd have come and cleared me out, there's a chance we could have lost this game. But fortunately, that wasn't the case. So, yeah, this is pretty much the end of the battle here. And it went pretty well. I'm surprised that we did as well as we did, considering we took losses trying to push the north. Our TDs were very passive. I'm not sure what our M48 was doing. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to basically highlight the positioning choices that I made during this battle, and, you know, obviously, contrary to the T-34's belief, we weren't going to lose, and my play was not some shitlord play. You know, obviously, it was a thought-out maneuver. I did want to go over this flank. Genuinely, I wanted to, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be because we just didn't have enough of a force. They all wanted to go north. That's fair enough. You just can't go to those flanks when you're alone. So that's pretty much why I wanted to highlight this particular replay, because it was quite key positionally to talk about, I think. And I guess we can all have a little bit of a laugh at our fish lover T-34, as well as the other guys in the team that thought I was, I don't know, being some kind of step petter. But yeah, gold noob, all that stuff, you know, obviously, you know, I wouldn't have won this game without gold rounds. Clearly, that is the reason that you are Unicum, is gold spam. I still get those comments in 2018, guys. Chillax. You got a problem with gold? Everyone does. Complain to Wargaming. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Also, I apologize for the music that was played. I have very specific tastes when I want to try hard. I like certain tunes. They help. That's memeing... me memeing about the T-34 in chat. We had Shania Twain on at the time. So, good times. But yeah, that's the end of the battle, pretty much. Type 4 is going to go down. And I'm just sort of blabbing at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though. I haven't made a sort of edited video in a while, and I thought this was a really good opportunity to do something like that instead of just a stream highlight. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will probably maybe make a video on the Sand River one as well. So, yeah. I'll catch you next time.